A little job to do for a friend of my son's. We have a broken book. So what's happened is that it's lost the little tab off the mainspring on the top there. So I'm going to remove that and make a new one. I don't think it's a particularly valuable knife at all. Probably buy it, what are they, $30-50, something like that, I don't know. He's had it quite a while. I think it's more sentimental, but do it as a favour. So I've just got to remove that pin and I can take out the back spring. I wasn't filming there, guys, I hadn't turned the camera on, but basically I just filed the top off the head of that pin, hit it with the centre punch and it drove it through, and I pulled it with the pliers and that allowed the top spring to come out. You can see there that it's broken on the end where the little tab was. That tab locks into the end of the knife there. So all I need to do is make another one of them and just extend it out and put the little leg on that tab to lock in. Got my big old saw blade here. It's a little over 3mm, that's slightly under 3mm. It'll just do perfect for that. I'm just going to cut a piece off. Now if I don't burn this steel too bad, this won't even need to be heat treated because that is really not a spring. It is simply just like a rocking mechanism. I'll do a HRC test on this in a minute. It's got a nice fine grain, but I suspect it's probably too hard and that's why it broke. Ideally it wants to be about 45. I'll cut that off there. We'll do a HRC test on that. Is it what's that, 43 or some 43 and a bit? Oh, it's perfect. Perfect, the perfect spring temper. I've just drawn around it, put a rough mark on it. It's lost about 6mm off the end. I'm just going to roughly cut that, then I can better fit it once it's cut. I'm going to go and put that on the precision surface grinder now. It wants to go down to 2.92mm. It's currently 305mm. I've drilled the pivot hole. I've drilled the pivot hole there in the spring, and I've drawn a template on off the old spring and left that little tab on the end, and I'm just fitting it up to the front now. So I'm going to put the pivot in, and I've just drawn a line straight across and cut that, well, ground that to length. And now I've just got to make that sit in the little tiny slot in there, and I think it's a little wide. The length is correct, but I think the base is just a little wide, so I'm just going to file that bottom off so it drops into there. So it'll just drop in. Probably have to get in there, I think, with a more of a square file. I'd like to leave a radius in there because it'll make it stronger, but I think maybe the knife won't let me, you know. That's in there. It's nice and tight in there, that. Fits beautifully. So I've just got to cut it to length now, and that will be by placing that in the bottom. I obviously need to remove that much off the bottom to get the spring to sit down. 6.09mm to the bottom. So that will be the width on there. So near. Well, I should be able to get the pin in now. You see the dimple? I'll tell you what that is. That's 44 HRC, that is, on the old spring. So it wasn't too hard. The grain looks okay on the end. I think that corner was too acute, the angle. I've left a little tiny radius on, hopefully. Well, I know that won't break, that saw blade. That is tough stuff. Managed to get the pin in. and as you can see it's sitting up slightly there and it's low at the back there, and it's because that it just needs to drop in a little tiny bit. It's locked up nicely there and it does release, but it's just not dropping in quite enough. I think it's a little bit wide on the peg, so I'm going to file the peg back a little bit. That is it, I have got it. Get that pin pinned over and just clean this up now. Run that over the buffer. There we are, quick clean up. A little bit of wax and Uncle Buck rides again. Lovely. Yeah, that was worth saving. It's a nice little knife. An hour's work maybe. There you go guys. Fixing a knife, season 1. Episode 1, no more episodes. Right? Thanks to my patrons, see you soon guys. Bye for now.